Okay.
Don't confuse me.
Wait, I'm already confused.
Yeah.
Hey, we're on live.
Are we? Oh, we are live. Awesome.
Nice.
Excellent.
Hey.
We're live
Excellent.
with the
Okay.
Regis and Philbin show.
So what's funny is you have to refresh the page until the video starts showing up on the site, right?
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm doing too.
Okay.
Okay. It's good because I want to make sure that I'm doing the same thing. So then we click, we choose our name on the little circle,
Mm-hmm.
and then we click share together.
Oh
And
my
then
goodness.
right.
Marty.
Did you fall behind already, Sandy?
Oh no, my volume's all the way up.
Oh,
So that's all
Yeah,
that is.
turn that. Share.
Okay.
Share now.
all right. Oh yeah, we can't keep quiet too because remember, quiet is like
we
gotta
can't
keep
have
talking.
dead air. Yeah.
that's what they always say on Craddick or some show like that, right?
Did you say Craddick? I heard you say
Craddick.
Live with the birthday show.
Okay. You know what? It is a birthday show today. Okay, awesome. I think
My birthday.
so. Then you got to go to your Facebook page and make sure it's
Okay.
streaming on your personal page.
Yep. I'm there. I'm making
Yeah,
sure.
there. I can see mine.
Can you see mine?
Yeah,
Anybody
we're
send it?
almost. I hadn't gone to your page yet. I should have.
I
But I
did.
did see Joe Baker shared. I do see that Joe Baker shared,
Booyah.
Okay, I did it.
so that worked.
Booyah. Kabooyah.
There we
I think
go.
me accomplishing that on my own has shaved off 2 years of me going to a nursing home.
Wait,
My kids want me to go.
my I miss my father-in-law. He used to always joke and say, he was like, I don't mind anything in this life as long as when it comes to that time, the girls, my wife and her sister, as long as the girls put me in a good nursing home, good nursing home.
A good nursing home.
So Shady Pines wouldn't be a good
It was always so funny. He was like, just put me in a good, we'd go out to eat and his granddaughters, my girls, they would order whatever. And then he would just say, I got to get them whatever happy meal they want. I want to get in I want them to visit grandpa in a nice nursing home.
I love it. I mean, you really do have to plan ahead for these things.
Yeah. No joke, for real.
Sandy, you don't have the White Claw bottle today?
Hey, why are you just going to call me out?
I thought that was going to be like a behind the scenes type thing. And I just realized I have a ghost crawling on my back. It's kind of creepy. Do you like that? Does that make me feel like,
Oh yeah,
Bouger over here?
Schmance.
Or I'd be like, I'm hitting the streets out here, real downtown in Bloomington. No.
No.
Okay, sorry. I'll just keep
You
it there.
can't be at the streets. You'll be arrested.
Right.
So just for everyone watching, this is like what we've put. This is what I chose, but no, the other two haven't really said anything bad about it, so we kind of just kept it. But we are working on something to replace our logo with. Just it's going to be a little bit, okay?
Right. Yeah. I've been working on it kind of like for like 5-10 minutes at a time, and it frustrates me for like 4 or 9 minutes of the time. So I'm just like, I'm going to put a pin on this and come back to it, and we'll circle back around. And oh my, they're already starting on the hair.
But I okay, so I feel like I was the first one to notice, so I knew that was going to happen.
Right, exactly. Well, since I took a shower after I mowed the yard today, and so I was like, there's no reason for me to put any gel in it, so that's the reason.
So that's what it looks like in a natural environment.
Asian hair color for men.
I thought about that, but I'm like, man, that would be like, because the way that I keep my hair so short on the side, I think it would look really weird.
You know what? Right now, keep it because they let the elderly go in first to grocery shop.
Oh,
no,
this is a positive. If you need toilet paper, you can go in and get it.
Oh, my
so
friend.
that's the message for everyone. Is have Joe go buy your toilet paper for you, okay?
Oh my.
Yes.
Oh, Jennifer, happy freaking birthday! Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you freaking a lot.
So I do want to remind everyone that it takes 45 seconds for your comments to get to us. Is that right? For your comments to get to us.
Yeah.
So if we don't respond immediately, it's helpful when you put what you're responding to in the comment, because then we're like, oh, okay, yeah. Otherwise, we're like, oh, yeah, we're just figuring it out as we go. So
the producer just told me that I should have worn a cap.
Nah, your silver's
like,
look fine.
really?
It looks okay. It looks
Because it really does make it look like you're 22. At
My
this,
hair, it's not gray, people.
22 BC.
Platinum
All right.
highlights.
Okay, so listen to this. So listen to this, guys. Actually, since we do have someone's special birthday today, and we've got some goodies for you today, Joe.
Oh,
Believe it or not.
goodies.
So,
No,
without further ado, just hold on tight.
Whoa! Oh my God! Oh wow! Look at that guy.
So,
Man,
while
that
we're
is awesome. Oh yeah.
while we're
That is
all
so
on here, Joe, I want you to yell out Chris's name pretty loud for her to hear you.
Chris. Man, look at this. This is crazy. So over here on the left, with the long beard, that is my friend Paul, and we grew up in Clovis together, and we did all kinds of shenanigans. So,
hi, Paul.
and in the middle we have Steve, who was also part of our group, and we also did a lot of shenanigans together too.
Hi, Steve.
And then over here we have Miss Yardbird, no longer Shelby, and we've worked together for I don't know how many years. So it's so awesome. It's so
Hi,
awesome.
Shelby.
Hi, Sandy.
Man, this is an awesome surprise. I really appreciate that.
She not in there yet, Joe?
They're coming in. Oh, what are you doing?
almost burned it. I
Oh
did.
my gosh.
I got a birthday thing. Y'all have the numbers wrong though. It's just this is supposed to be a 2.
It's supposed to be 54. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Is this about right? 54? That's what I said.
There we go.
Oh.
40.
Dang!
Don't get it too close to your hair, Joe. That gray's a lot more flammable.
Oh my goodness. Awesome. And I have my family here. This is my clone. And
This
then,
is Are the girls back there? Tell the girls to get behind you.
yeah. I don't think they can. The green screen's pretty
Oh,
good.
that's right. I actually believe that was your back.
Yeah. So
House.
one of them can get right here.
That was too
Wait.
whoa.
Like just, and of course he wore a green shirt.
All right, so tell the kids. Can the kids hear me okay?
The oldest right here.
Hi,
And then
Delana.
we have where's Kiki?
She doesn't have it. They're saying.
There's Kiki right there.
All right, so on the count of 3, you girls got to sing happy birthday to your dad because
Oh
it'll
my
sound weird for us.
goodness.
So 1, 2, 3, go.
Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday, Dad. Happy birthday to me. Thanks so much.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Joe. Happy birthday.
Awesome,
Blow out
awesome.
your candle.
Make sure, yeah,
You got to see. I can see it here. So, somebody screenshot. There we go.
woo!
Woo! Take this
All right.
out of the way so I don't make a mess on my desk here.
Don't jam his
Does
head in
anybody
there.
have the happy
And
birthday?
we
This
have-
is a special day. Happy birthday.
Best thing. So my thing, birthdays should be a huge deal for everybody, not just the kids. Come on. Now. All right, let's see here.
Did you get Sephora
Did I
for your
get?
birthday? Is that a face cream?
Yes, I got Sephora. Yes, 45. All right.
I'm just gonna smile because I don't know what
Ooh,
Sephora
that's a
is.
shirt here. Let's see. This is a shirt. Oh, let's,
Your girls will know, Jamie,
Oh,
when they get
okay.
older.
Okay.
here we
You'll
go.
be paying for it.
What the F?
Oh,
love
that's
it.
hilarious. Move it more to
I
the
love
side.
it.
Joe.
I don't
There you
get
go.
it.
A little bit more until it covers you. There we go. Much better.
Okay.
So the F is the F stop. It's a photography thing.
It's a photography thing.
So,
Real quick, Paul, I'm gonna bring you off for just a second because there's someone else here. Real quick, okay?
Okay.
All right, I'll be right back with you. And
Oh my goodness, this guy.
What up?
What up, JD?
What up, fool?
Jay-
Happy birthday.
He's over there.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Oh, is that Jay?
Huh? I can't hear
It
you.
is pretty.
I don't even know what he looks like anymore.
What?
That's because
That's
he lives in the shadows.
I have
Tom's
another
best
here.
dream and nightmare. Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
The Camera Sutra.
Oh, that's
The
awesome.
Camera Sutra.
I said PG-13.
Oh, sorry. those are just different ways.
You can't say PG-13 now. They show a lot on PG-13 now.
Okay, you might be right on that. PG.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, family.
And one more real quick. Don Juana, I'm going to bring you back in a little bit too. There's someone else who wants to say hi real quick, okay? Hold on.
Oh, I'm going
You're
to
fine.
wear this.
All right.
Okay.
And Tupac, you're here.
Uh-oh, who's here? Who's joining us?
Or is it a surprise?
Who's the surprise guest?
That would be you, Tupac.
You're doing
We're
like
all
that.
surprised.
Tupac.
We're
Is he still covering the camera again?
I don't. He wasn't a second
You're doing
ago.
like that.
Oh wait, there he goes.
Yeah, covering the camera.
Okay, you can uncover the camera now.
Uncover the camera now, or not.
The,
What's up,
other,
Anthony?
the other camera.
He is known as a bit of an ass.
Camera 1,
Shelby.
camera 2.
Shelby.
It's a little laggy.
I think. Shall we know who it is then?
I know who it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Yay.
Loren.
Oh, there he is.
The certified Loren.
Uh-oh.
He
I
was
can't hear
drinking
him.
too many whiskeys.
He
Oh,
did
yeah.
say he was going to start early.
We can't hear him though. You can't hear you.
We can't hear you. Jason.
So the two people on the outside used to work with me at Caboose, and then they also played on my softball team, and that softball team was called We Run with Scissors.
This part
I
of the.
remember that actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a lot of fun. I missed those days actually.
We
And
were
then
good until
somebody
we got
went and had a baby.
We can't
and
hear you,
they
Jason.
decided that they couldn't play first base anymore. So
I don't know, but I think Jason is telling some really good stories right about now, and we are missing all of it.
Okay. So I'm going to take Jason off, and then I'm going to message with him. But I'm going to bring one of the other guys back on so that we can get everyone going. So
Loren's technically challenged here.
Yeah.
all right, and then I'll bring Paul back in.
Hey, Paul.
Okay. Thanks, Paul. All right, Joe. So
uh,
here's what we're going to do tonight for you.
Okay.
Since it is your birthday, we've invited several guests on tonight to just have some time to introduce us to you, to share some. So
Stories about me.
So we'll go ahead and start with Paul, seeing as, well, I'll just let Paul talk. Paul, can you hear us?
Gotta love live news. Paul.
Paul?
Paul. Paul. We can't hear you, Paul.
Is he texting?
You know what? Let me.
Did you unmute him, Jason?
I can hear
He
him.
is
I can hear
unmuted.
him.
You can hear him, JD? Oh, man.
No.
We're having lots of dead air here. Maybe Shelby should start.
Maybe Shelby should start.
He's the only one that seems to be not technically challenged.
Okay. So why don't you go ahead and share your stuff, Shelby, and then we'll move on from there, okay?
okay.
All right, thank you.
First of all, I'm in my pajamas, so I really took this very seriously.
That's quite all right.
I'm not wearing pants either.
Okay, good.
I can't get up from my chair either, so it's best that I stay down.
No one should stand up right now.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, first of all, my handle, I don't know if you can see it, is Yup, because you always say yup, yup.
Yep.
So I had to be Yup in honor of your birthday. And mine, you would think I would be like a smartass, or sorry, PG-13, but I'm actually, and I might have already told you this story when you did some photography for me for my business,
Uh-huh.
but my like takeaway of my Joe Baker training that you've been my boss like 2 different jobs and my coach and whatever else. And it actually goes back to when I worked for you guys at Trinity way back in the day, which is crazy because I think I was like 25 and I'm not 25 anymore. I'm almost 39er. So that was 14 years ago, which is so crazy. But basically it was at one point at one of our meetings, you asked us to like actually write down our goals, like a 1-year goal, a 5-year goal, a 10-year goal. And like as someone that grew up super competitive and considered myself to be like goal oriented, I'd never even like thought about writing them down and making them like tangible and like something I actually would have to answer to because it was in writing. And I just remember leaving being like, that was so cool. I'm so glad he asked me to do that because I don't think I've really thought that far ahead in my life, you know? And so fast forward to me having my small business, and I actually make that was an addendum on my applications, was what is your 1-year goal? What is your 5-year goal? And I thought, even if I don't hire this person, at least they had to think about it, you know? And I just always thought that was so cool. So that's my takeaway. I'm actually gonna be very nice. I'm not gonna tell any smart stories or like roast you or anything. I just appreciate your friendship and you putting up with all of our shenanigans for like 20 years at this point.
Right.
And I will still always remember our special computer at Caboose and you making me this is not PC, but whenever we put in no jalapenos, you'd yell at me really loud. I'll just say that. That's all. That was a little inside Caboose humor. But anyway, I hope you have a freaking happy birthday.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Shelby. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll continue to watch. I'm going to log out, but I'm going to watch from my phone instead of this side of life.
Thanks, Shelby. Appreciate you coming on.
Thanks,
All right.
Shelby.
It was good seeing you.
I said hi.
Y'all too. Bye.
Bye, Shelby.
Bye.
Wow.
All right.
I don't remember that.
There's a lot I'm sure you don't remember. We'll give Moses a shout out and make sure he can fill in the gaps.
So can you hear us, Lawrence?
So, Jason?
No, we can't. Your microphone is
That's not creepy at all.
All I know is he's having a really good time. That's it.
Thank you. Hola, Sandy Abby.
Paul? I mean, not Paul.
Hey,
Jason.
Nancy.
Jason. Can you hear us okay?
Jason.
Dang it.
We can't hear you.
I'm messaging him.
Look, he's telling a story too. I'm like, what story?
Steve says he
telling?
can't talk either.
Oh my
And
goodness.
Steve is Don Juana. All right. So what I'm going to do is Jason and Steve, if you can both hear me, go ahead and drop out of the call, and then we will bring you back in.
Steve, can you hear us? Steve.
He said his internet is really.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that would be something. So I'm going to say,
Look at Lawrence. He's still.
He is just talking, and I just really want to hear what he's saying.
yeah. All right. So,
Oh man, this is awesome. Like I'm like sweating now. It's crazy. I appreciate this very much. Because oh my god.
I think it's Jason's bonfire that he has going that's making me sweat.
Steve, can you hear us?
all right. So I'm going to kick Don, and I'm going to bring Paul in. Paul, can you hear us?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes. Finally.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I had to log out and log back in. So, but anyway.
Okay, cool. All right, awesome. Well then, Paul, we will go ahead and
Can anyone
have
hear
you
me
go
now?
next. Wait, who was that? Jason?
It was
Can you
Jason.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Now we can.
Oh, hell yeah. All right.
Okay, so
Oh my god.
oh gosh. Don't mute yourself just yet. We're gonna let Paul go, and then after Paul, we'll let you go, Jason. That way there's nothing funny that happens again. Okay.
Yeah, I'll just finish my drink by the fire. I'll wait. I got a zinger. So
Just throwing that PG-13 out of there.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's all good. I mean, I could tell so many stories. We had so many fun times, but Joe was typically the voice of reason, except for one time we went out for a hike at a place called Oasis State Park, and Joe was always super athletic, and he was really, really fast, and he used to beat me at basketball all the time. But yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, we were young.
We were young.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah. So anyway,
before Jesus' birth or after?
It was slightly after, just after. But
okay.
But anyway, so we're out there and we're messing around. Well, we start looking for rattlesnakes.
Yeah, yeah. What could go wrong looking for rattlesnakes?
And we found one.
Oh, you did, huh? Or
Yeah,
rather, it found you guys, didn't it?
No, so we actually went looking, and Joe was like, "Hey, look, that would be a good place for one." And we look, and lo and behold, there's a rattlesnake in the hole. So we stuck a can that we had found in the front of the hole, and we started poking the snake from the top. Yeah. So all of a sudden, the can shoots out of the hole, and the snake starts rattling. And needless to say, Joe was not the fastest man on campus that day.
Yeah. I've never seen a white boy run that fast.
Yeah. So yeah, there's so many stories that I could tell, but you know, like I say, you've made the PG-13 comment several times now, so.
Well, we kind of threw that out the window earlier. I'm not going to say any names, Shelby, but so I'm interested in another one actually from you.
I mean, there's a ton. Like, I mean, we probably at one of the other times was we were playing with fireworks.
We always handled fireworks responsibly.
Yeah.
Except for this one time.
Except for this time. But yeah, so we were jacking around with fireworks, and one of us had a Roman candle, and I can't remember which one it was, but one of us had a Roman candle, and we thought that it had finished, and they threw it, and it landed out in a field, and the last ball that was left in the tube shot back into the car and landed in my lap.
Oh my.
Yeah, and it burned a hole in my shirt, and it burned a hole in the seat of his Chevette.
My Chevette.
I think was yeah.
What color was his Chevette?
It was the
That's
Vet.
what I was wondering.
The Vet.
We called it the Vet.
Yeah. The Vet.
What color was it, Steve?
It was blue.
Oh, a blue one?
It was it was baby blue, and it had a base
Two-door or
in the
four-door?
back. Yeah, we had a base cannon. We were
We had a base
we
cannon.
were big shit.
Yeah. We would cruise down Main Street in that thing. It was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we had plenty of good times. Joe's a good guy. He's been one of my best friends for 3 or 4 years now.
Yeah, 3 or 4. Yeah. Since I'm just 25.
Yeah.
300 or 400 decades.
Yeah. But no, Joe's
She said
good
decades.
people.
Man, I
found
Perfect.
Joe's car just now.
That's it, man.
except there was a dent in the side from when I got
there was
hit
a
by
dent.
somebody.
Yeah, there was a dent in the side and a hole in the seat.
So I'm sure now that you see it, there's some new memories flooding in. I'm not going to make you go through them all, but we'll just say them.
Yeah,
This is funny because I remember the shirt. It was a Red Hot Chili Pepper shirt. And
that it was, and it got very hot that night. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, it did. And we still wore it. All of it. We all
Yes.
wore that same shirt.
Yeah, it was crazy. We had a pretty no holds barred type of friendship. No one's clothes were safe.
No one's cars were safe.
No one's cars were safe.
It was fun.
Tell them about your gentleman thing.
Our what?
Your gentleman club.
Oh, our gentleman club.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the name of our club was the Fraternity of Style, and we all wore Florida State hats. Yeah, it was cool.
There's a
You were
video.
what?
I even made a video.
We even made a video.
Yeah, there's
What?
a video.
I gotta find it. Do you have your
Yeah.
copy?
No, I don't know what happened to mine. Moved several times and it just got lost, but
Were you like in a boy band or something?
pretty much. Pretty much.
But yeah,
They wanted to be just like New Kids on the Block.
except Paul.
Yeah, except for we couldn't sing or dance.
Paul was a token white guy because it was 3 Asians, a Mexican, and a white guy.
Yeah,
Wow.
they called me token.
Y'all's band name should have been Affirmative Action.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh wow.
Thanks so much, Paul. I appreciate it. But it's always good talking to you. Always
Oh,
good.
absolutely. Well, I love you, buddy, and happy birthday.
Yep.
Thanks, Paul. We appreciate it. Okay.
No problem, man. You guys have a good one.
Yep.
Thanks for coming on.
Uh-huh.
Have a
Bye.
good night, Paul.
See ya.
You as well. Good night.
All right, Mr. Lawrence.
Lawrence has got the zinger.
You're up next, sir.
I can't wait to hear this.
All right.
He's had time to rehearse it.
Mine's like,
You probably told it 3
I know it's taking like 20 minutes scrolling. Can you even see?
No.
We can see your fire. That's good.
That's probably better anyway.
Would you go back and watch this, Jason, after we're done?
Oh, thank you, sir.
Can you? All right, now happy birthday. I was thinking about it. Like I've known you like since I was 18. So what? Like most of your life, right? Like you're 24, so almost your entire life.
Right, exactly.
But like I remember when I don't ever forget this story. Like I was going to work at Caboose. I was like 18 or 19 years old, and Phil told me, he's like, "Hey, come in. You got to talk to this guy, Joe Baker." I'm like, "All right, cool. Come in." And Joe comes up to me, and I'm like, "No, I'm supposed to meet a guy named Joe Baker." And he's like, "I'm Joe Baker," and I'm like, "Oh, well,
That's his English name.
obviously, I screwed that up because I was like, there's no way this guy's name's Joe Baker."
American name.
So fast forward like 15 years. This was like 4 or 5 years ago. My wife and I go to take pictures with my daughter. We take the dog, and we're meeting him over at somewhere off of Indiana, over at the Pumpkin Park or whatever.
Arboretum, yeah.
Yeah, the Arboretum. And so we come up, and my wife, and so I'm like, "Hey," and I start saying something. She goes, "I thought we were meeting a guy named Joe Baker." I'm like, "This is Joe Baker." She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." I was like,
The widest
And
name he
then-
has.
the other one was like all the times we played softball and all the years we played softball together. Like, so I've got you can't tell, maybe you can tell by the video, but I've got a rather large head. Like I've got above average head.
Yeah, he just
So we're playing softball, and Joe Baker says, "Yeah, Oakley makes Asian sunglasses." And I'm like, he's so full of shit. Like, there's no way they make Asian sunglasses. So I go on and I search, and I'm like, they do. So I go to the Sunglass Hut, and I ask them if they have them. They have them. I try them on, and they're like the only sunglasses I've ever had that actually fit my head because they're wider. Like the eye frames are wider than normal. I was like, it's the greatest thing that anyone's ever told me, was that they make Asian sunglasses. They actually fit. So if you ever want to find sunglasses that fit bigger heads, Asian sunglasses will fit above average head.
Yeah,
So
I thought somebody was lying to me as well whenever they told me it was Asian sunglasses. I'm like, shut up, you freaking racist.
I was like, what is he talking about? And they're wider because
Yeah.
of the
They're wider, and then those pieces are bigger, so they don't. So
Yeah.
your glasses don't slide down your nose because we have flatter noses. So
I've always
Like,
seen it, but I didn't know what the difference was.
yeah,
yeah. Oakley should only make Asian sunglasses for everybody. They're better. They're just a better product.
right.
But
Thank
those
you.
are my Joe Baker stories. But Joe's great. Like I've known him almost 20 years now, and somehow I'm like, okay, I'm never going to see Joe again. And then somehow like he takes pictures from my family, or I end up getting boxes from him for business. We play softball together. But Joe's a great guy, and like like I say, there's a reason so many people want to tell him happy birthday because he's just a good dude.
Thanks so much, Jason. I appreciate it. Good seeing you, brother.
You too. Happy birthday.
Thanks.
Thanks for the entertainment, Jason.
You're welcome.
Totally.
I do what I can.
Thanks, Jason. I appreciate you
You're
coming on.
Yeah.
No problem.
Good night.
That is so funny because I get that all the time about just having the name Joe Baker, is because everyone, whenever they meet me, they expect to meet a 6 foot tall white guy, and they meet me. They're so like thrown off there for a second. They're like, "Oh, okay, Joe Baker," and then they're all good. But it's just funny what people are expecting to see when they hear my name. Yeah, it
So-
did make it feel like the Blair Witch.
So I'm gonna go ahead and let JD go next.
Oh, great!
Oh,
Okay,
make it short and sweet. Can you hear me?
sweet.
Yes.
Hey, I just wanted to say happy birthday. You know, I love you, and I know we've been friends, best friends for what, since '96, maybe.
Something like that. Yeah, we
Yeah,
played.
yeah. You're the.
Met you because we picked you up to go play basketball.
That's right.
Just Michael, and they're like, "Hey, we need to go pick." It was Justin and Andrew, I think. And they're like, "We need to go pick up JD," and I was like, "Who's this?" And it was you.
Yeah, it's like this Mexican.
In his pants, and jeans.
That's right.
And
Yeah,
what were you gonna go do?
we were gonna play basketball.
Right, we went to go play.
That's pretty much what we did a lot. We played basketball. We went clubbing and
right.
what else? Video games. So we did a lot. We did a lot together.
Yeah. Yep.
I cherish the times. But I do remember a story. I guess I mean, shoot, we got lots of stories, but some of them you probably forgot. So have I. But since you're getting old, so if I tell you, you probably won't remember anyway.
Right.
So. But anyway, I guess we're hanging out in the middle of the night. Do you remember we thought it was a good idea to go spar
Oh.
outside? And your freaking neighbors called the cops on us?
I remember that. Wait a minute.
It was like,
I knew the cop whenever he pulled up, and so he did.
yeah, fortunately.
Yeah, he did a little bit of help, but he didn't do anything else. It was so funny because he walked up and I was like, "Hey, man, what's going on?" And he's like, "I got you."
That's
We're
hilarious.
freaking kicking and punching, and what the cops, what the neighbor's description was like, it was a gang bang or something like that, or whatever.
That's right. We were over on by your house when you lived on 4th Street, right, Joe?
It was on Aberdeen, right over
Yeah.
here.
What possessed you to want to be sparring?
We had some.
Because we were baddies.
We
That's
had-
why.
Yeah.
We had to practice.
We had gloves, so why not? You know.
And have
It
y'all
was like
ever
a
sparred
tentacle.
since then?
Yeah, and then the cop was like, he said, "What are y'all doing?" At 11 o'clock at night.
You probably thought y'all were high or something.
Well, high on life. We were high on life.
We have headlights.
Yeah. So that was one of the stories that I thought of that was pretty hilarious. And then I guess the time where I think you said I almost killed you driving,
Twice.
coming, trying to get these girls a ride somewhere, and then
That
Yeah.
sounds so weird.
Coming out of Whataburger. We almost died.
we're coming out of the Whataburger, and couldn't see come out of the dang
Most
driveway because there was
people,
another car turning.
the car turns into the parking lot. They'd wait to see if there's another car behind that car. JD doesn't. He doesn't do that.
It wasn't your time at that time, so I knew I saw no danger. I took it. So,
I live the life.
and that's the first time I heard Joe scream like a girl. So he screamed.
Wouldn't be
I
the
couldn't
last
tell
time
who was
either.
screaming back there.
I saw my life flash before my eyes. Okay.
I think that's the only time I heard you scream like that. I was like, "Holy crap!"
So, Brianna says, "Happy freaking birthday, Joe."
Oh, thanks, Brianna. Happy freak. Oh, freaking thank you.
Well, I have to get props for Jamie for setting this all up.
Yeah.
and get together with your birthday. We usually go out to eat and hang out and stuff. And
Right.
actually, this way is actually pretty cool.
Yeah. It's just
I
fun.
guess you got people that you haven't talked to for a while.
Yeah.
You know what's
So-
cool? This is the first birthday I've been to since I've left Lubbock. I've been back for Joe, so I'm actually
Yeah,
feeling kind
you
of good
gotta-
about this.
Right.
You should be
Well, I
driving
can't,
over
and I
here to
can't
visit.
take all the credit. This was totally Chris. This is
No,
Chris.
No, that's true. Chris,
The producer was the
Chris.
one who said, "Hey,
behind the scenes. Good
yeah."
job,
She
Chris.
was
You
like,
finally
"We need
did
some
something.
guests." So this was all her
I
doing.
heard you.
Don't turn the screen.
I'll turn the screen.
Nobody needs to see me.
She had the thought, and then Sandy and I
Good
just
job,
executed
Chris.
it.
Good job.
Well, thanks, JD. Appreciate that. Appreciate you coming on
Oh,
and
yeah.
wishing him a happy birthday.
Thank you, sir.
Anytime.
Well, we have to go play some old man basketball, like horse or something. Whatever this-
Man, I can still play basketball. Just nobody don't want to play by myself.
Right.
Aww,
I have a
poor
basketball.
JD. I feel so sad.
Somebody decided to go to the old man's volleyball and baseball. I guess.
All right, so anyone who's listening, if you want to play basketball, JD is so young at heart feeling that he can go out. So
I'm
please
down.
call him. Alex, if you're watching this, you can do that. Nick, I don't know. Anyway. All right.
Anyway, man, awesome.
All right.
Well, thanks, JD. We're going to let you go. Have a good night. Okay.
No, I'm
Good
gonna
night,
let
JD.
you
Good to
go.
see you.
I'm
Oh.
gonna let you go. Okay, let y'all go.
Excuse
Y'all don't have the privilege.
Excuse me.
Go ahead,
I
shoot
will,
him out.
I will let you see your
Good
way
to
out
see you,
then,
buddy.
okay?
Hey, y'all enjoy.
All right, have a good night, man.
Have a
Take
good
care.
night.
All right, talk to you
Good
later.
night.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Good night.
That guy, his sound was horrible.
Yes, it was.
Ouch.
Still have Steve.
I'm going to leave this car up here because this is probably the coolest picture I've had in quite a while.
No, that was wrong. That's only a
It's a
two-door.
4-door.
Four-door.
Oh, you had a 4-door?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear that part. I heard Sandy ask.
That too.
Tony used to
Don
have one of
Juana.
those.
I got to see who Don Juana is.
You already saw who it was.
Oh.
But he's having-
No, he has been having trouble, actually. So,
Oh, is it Steve? Was that one Steve?
Yeah, let me call him.
no, don't call him. Don't call him. He's fine. Just let him try it again. You
Okay. The
keep calling him.
producer-
You keep calling him, producer. You calling him like 50 times a day, he told me. He's like, calm down.
It interrupts the stream.
He was like, I actually have work to do.
It's
And
like,
then he said he had a family he had to feed too, and dogs to walk.
hey, so while we're waiting for that, then I guess one of you guys need to tell a story about me.
Oh my.
You want to go
There's so
first, Sandy?
many.
Let me
There's so many.
There's so
keep
many
it down to
stories
5,
to
okay?
tell. Okay, hold on. Let me think about this.
Uh-oh.
What would be like one of the most memorable ones?
Well, we've had quite a few adventures together.
I know we have really. So do you remember one time we had we caravan to San Antonio,
Mhm.
and it was, what is that? He was a bartender. Was it Will?
Will McAvoy, yeah.
Yes. So
Will
Will was
McAvoy.
in one vehicle. I was with you guys,
Uh-huh.
and I
You
think
had one more
JD.
car. Yeah.
Yeah, somebody was, and y'all, we were going like
Clubbing.
100 miles an
Yeah,
hour.
we were like cruising.
Oh.
Yeah, like.
I
we-
mean, it was craziness. Okay, so two things during this little adventure. We, Will passes us, but I'm talking about Will has leaned his seat all the way back. And then right when he passes us, there's a trooper on the side of the road. We go by so fast that he didn't even see us. I mean, and we luck out. And I don't know, at some point, JD and them try to pass us, and Joe moons. I mean, he was young then and could get his keister out of the window, but he moons and I'm like, what is going on here? And so that
You
was,
did that, Joe?
yes,
No.
he did. And that was the first time I ever, and last time that I ever saw Joe's keister in the air. Like,
Scary indeed.
I was much more daring when I was younger.
yes, you were. My gosh. But I think we had slowed down. We weren't going
No,
at
yeah.
a high rate of speed at that time.
Yeah.
Did the kids hear that story?
No.
Oh, I should tell
No?
them.
Okay. Yes, you should, Sandy.
That way,
That way, when they do it,
when
then-
they do it, like you did it first, Dad.
Right.
know,
Exactly.
They're not even original. They can't even be original. It's just
Right. All the big children have to do it once.
right. Exactly. I just don't see them doing it. Actually,
I don't think any of them have that personality.
no. Maybe Jet. Maybe
I don't think Jet. I
no.
don't think Jet would do it. No.
Well, I was a rule follower up until teenage years, so it just kind of depends.
Right. Good luck. And I think
There we
it's
go.
like really. What is that? That's a Ford Pinto.
That's a Chevelle, not a
Oh, dang it.
No,
Chevette,
a Chevelle's only two
misspelled it.
doors.
Oh, Chevelle only had 2 doors.
Yeah, that's a Ford Pinto or something. I don't know what you're googling over there.
That's a Malibu. That's a Chevy Malibu.
Okay.
Hasn't even hit the market yet. Sandy, come on.
Oh my.
Wow, you gotta love that front tire there too. You're not going very fast in that one.
And Joe, do you remember? And you got so mad at me one time. I mean, I think you got mad at me several times.
I was going to say.
Not just one time. When I was a hostess at Caboose.
Oh yes,
Do you remember that?
I do.
And I was rolling silverware, and I had a guest at the stand, and you thought I wasn't being productive, so you cut me. You were like, "You with the face, go home now." And I'm like, "Why?" And you're like, "Because you are not working." And I'm like, "I'm rolling silverware. You did not put up with my crap, and you sent me home." Do you remember that?
I remember that, and I also remember the time when you were making the schedules. And
What was I doing?
you
Funny, I don't remember this one.
that one I remember because you were in the outer office and you were telling somebody about the schedule, and then you're like, "Yeah, I don't schedule myself on these days." And then I was like, "Oh, Sandy, we need to talk."
Really? Oh my gosh, I don't remember that. But that does not sound like me. It's out of character.
No. I didn't. I think you watered up, but you didn't actually cry. But I wasn't trying. I was just letting you know that.
I'm trying to think. Oh my gosh, I try to erase stuff like that. Really? You sure that was me?
Yeah.
That's funny.
That
Yeah, I think I upset you a couple of times,
A
3
couple
times
times.
maybe 4.
Just at work.
Yeah.
Just at work.
Yeah, just work stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't ever anything personal.
Right. Thankfully. But anyway, so yeah, we have
Aw,
awesome
yeah,
memories
thanks.
together.
Right. Yeah. We've done a lot, like skiing and all kinds of stuff. Lots of trips. We've done lots of
And
trips.
we were going to have a spring break adventure, but thanks COVID.
So, just so you know on that, and I don't mind telling people, but so hotels.com denied me. So I actually called the hotel management themselves.
What do you mean denied you?
Well, so we were supposed to go to Florida, and we decided not to. But I had already called hotels.com and said, "Hey, with all this stuff going on, I don't feel comfortable in going to Florida at this point in time." And unfortunately, I had booked a non-refundable trip, and so I was trying to say, "Hey, this is kind of special circumstances. It's not like whatever." Well, you couldn't get a hold of hotels.com during the daytime, so I would call at 2 a.m.
Wow.
and I would get somebody. I got somebody in the Philippines probably, and and they said, "Okay, are you want to see about rescheduling or refunding because of the what's going on?" I go, "Yes, I would love that. I really would more like to reschedule, but if I can get my money back, great." They're like, "Okay," so they fill out. I give them all the paperwork and stuff like that, and I wait 48 hours, nothing. The day of the trip that we're supposed to stay there comes, nothing. And then so I call back, and then it's like, "We're going to submit it again." And then all of a sudden I get emails like at 4 a.m, at 5 a.m, that my request was denied.
Wow.
What so
They're like, 2 can play that game.
right, exactly.
Right.
Yeah. So what I think happened is they were just trying to clear out the queue. because they said they needed to contact the hotel and stuff like that. And when I actually contacted the hotel management team, they're like, no one contacted us to let you know. I was like, oh. And so,
Man.
so I submitted another request to the actual hotel. They sent the email and said their management, they're very shorthanded, but their management has been looking through all the cases and stuff like that. So they're definitely going to, I just have to wait. They told me to wait 48 hours. If I didn't hear anything, call back. And so I called back yesterday and they said, you're still in the queue. I can still find your case. So you just need to wait and call back in a couple more days or whatever. So,
24 to 48 years.
yeah. So it's not totally out of the loop yet for that.
That's a penny in Joe's bucket.
Right.
I meant the years.
Oh yeah.
Right, that too.
So we were gonna go to Florida and we were gonna meet Beatrice. Beatrice. Don't get too crazy now.
Too late.
Yeah, super crazy now.
You're like a century too late, sweetheart. Sorry. Very
He's
late.
gonna get so crazy he'll be in bed by 2:00 in the morning.
Oh wow.
That's early. That's early from. Trust me, that's early.
So I don't know if you could see this, Jamie. Let's see if you can see this.
Go that other way. Shh. Put that away.
Well, so we'll bring that back whenever it's your birthday, sir.
Oh gosh.
See, you should never take pictures.
Yeah, you should never take pictures. They should always, especially ones that are printed here. Oh my
Yeah, and that one looks like it was proudly posing.
Oh gosh.
And
No
were you
regret.
at that birthday party, Sandy? Were you at that one?
I don't think so.
I can't
I don't
remember.
remember.
No.
What
This
birthday
was like
party
one
was
of
it?
That would have been my
favorite birthdays.
17th or 18th. 17th. What is?
I don't know if you could see that one.
Whoa.
Oh my, look at those baby faces.
Wow. Mhm.
Whoa. Justice.
Yeah.
There's JD without the dark face mask
Oh, no.
thing he had going
Well,
on
he's still
a
in the
little bit
shadows
ago.
right there.
He-
Funny.
Look
And
at
that
us,
guy
dude.
on the
Where
kid-
were we? Where's that picture from, Joe?
I think he's Italian or something right here.
Where did you get? Where were we with that one?
I believe that was Joe's Crab Shack. Yeah.
Oh, I remember that birthday. Yes.
It was tough. That's the one where you guys made me drive all through town with a 1-year-old in my back seat.
Oh, that's right.
Because it was a scavenger hunt. This was
Chris is right next to you. The producer is right next to you.
I was like, really? I'd have to unbuckle my kid, go in, find the clue.
Dude, who's Chris? Did you plan that, or was that I
Get the
can't-
clue right, and then I was like, okay, then I got to go put the kid back in the baby seat.
We didn't think that through.
Oh my god! But I remember doing that, Joe, and I did not. Good night. That poor little girl, Joe.
We can't show that one. We can't show that picture. There's a certain picture that we can't show.
Okay, good.
It's PG-13, but we can talk about this guy right here.
Who is that?
Who is
Oh my gosh, dude! How in the world?
that?
This is old school screen sharing.
That is
Right?
crazy, dude. I remember that house. You know what? My turn. I was gonna look for something, but I'm gonna put this on hold. I want to share a story because that house brings up some memories along with you having that picture. So let me share about this time with you all that I have never been more pissed at Joe ever in my life than shortly after that picture was taken. And so
I don't remember that.
Here was the thing is the guys decide, when I say guys, I mean JD, Joe, and Justice at the time, because that was the guys, okay? But there was plenty of more people. Oh, wait a minute. Actually, I get to hold on. Steve, can you hear us?
I can hear you right now.
Yes,
Yay,
awesome.
Steve.
So we're gonna come back to that story, Joe. And just in case, we're gonna cut to Steve because there've been some technical difficulties, and we want to make sure if as long as he stays with us, that he can share his stories.
Look at this, Steve.
those are some underage people there. That's sad that was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago.
I don't know what I couldn't hear you guys talking, so I don't know if any of the stories that we'll see you. Good night. That Paul told. I heard him say something about the fraternity style.
Yeah.
He mentioned this thing behind me too. So.
Yeah. The Chevette and the rattlesnake story is the one, and the fireworks story was the one that you mentioned.
Oh.
So I don't. Okay. It's funny because you weren't in on those. Either one of those.
No, I wasn't in on those.
So you get to share some original stories.
Right.
I don't remember that car being called a Chevette. We always told the girls that you drove a vet.
Right.
So he did say that one. He did say that.
We shortened that, so
right,
it made
exactly.
it easier.
Did it work, Joe? Did it work for Joe?
Well, and they would be like, "Oh, I thought you said it was a vet, Chevette. You didn't hear the."
I didn't stutter.
It was silent on the shut.
Yeah, it was silent.
I wish I could have seen what the looks that you got for that one, Joe.
Hey, they didn't.
There was a lot of good times in that car.
I can. Moving on.
No, but no, I couldn't narrow it down. I was thinking of all the times the stuff we used to do, and it was man, it seems like such a long time ago. But yep, all the frog killing in that car, and
oh my,
you can say that online.
You can now. You just opened the door.
Right.
So on the base, it would rain. When it rained, the frogs would come out in full force, and so we would go in the Chevette, in the vet, and we'd try to smash frogs. So that was kind of what we did.
Try.
Good times.
You would try.
I thought it was more that you tried to stop on them real fast.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
That's the side of Joe that I've never heard or seen of yet. The life-ending Joe. Good night.
I was young. We also didn't try to put. We also didn't try to put fireworks in frogs' mouths either. So.
Oh my.
Okay. I'm not gonna be asked on the show again.
No. You might.
Right. Okay, with frog killing, sure.
He's gonna have many more birthdays to come.
Right.
So there'll be plenty of times.
Right. And I was thinking back to I heard you guys talking about that tape.
Oh yeah.
Maybe Joe's first video. I actually have that tape. I need to find a way to.
Oh yeah, we need
to get it digitized.
Yeah.
You know how I edited that? So I placed a camcorder in front of the TV, and I'd hit record, and then when we did on the footage, and then if I didn't want that footage, I'd stop recording and fast forward on the camcorder. It was like straight up ghetto editing of that video.
Back then, though, that wasn't ghetto.
It was awesome. It was innovative.
Right.
Yeah, that was the original high def.
Yeah, it was.
And I had you get all the music on there.
Oh right. Oh yeah, we had to get all the music on there. We even had to do a dub. We had to dub Paul's voice on part of it because somehow I recorded over it. And I was like, okay. So I had him there and he's holding the microphone. All right, start now. And we're trying to sync his. We didn't sync it very well.
Oh,
trying to sync what he is saying with the video, and it didn't work out too well. So.
Yeah, that's the part where he was at the snow cone shack.
Right, it was
right?
when he's at the snow cone shack. Yep, and he was being one of the characters from In Living Color.
In Living Color. That's right. That's right.
Which one?
Oh, the one that Jamie Foxx plays.
Wanda.
Yes, Wanda.
I can see it.
Like a water buffalo.
Yeah, and that was Wanda.
Oh no, you didn't.
Yeah. My favorite part of that part was where we used to go over there and we used to go buy the snow cones, when we went to go visit them. And,
Right. Yes, we always bought snowballs.
just in case someone's listening. And then we would always try to fake the kids out that there was a basement to that little shack. Could open the refrigerator door and walk downstairs to the basement.
Oh, right.
Come back upstairs, and the kids would all try to look over the windows.
Right,
in the
right.
basement.
Oh, man. That was fun.
Yeah. That was
I
good
remember
times.
because I used to deliver pizzas, and sometimes the deliveries would take a little longer because I had to take a pit stop over at Paul's.
Yeah.
They're like, "Hey, what took so long?" Oh, it was way out there. It was way out there.
Yeah. I was thinking back to the last time I went skiing was when I went with you.
Oh,
Went to Santa-
wow. Man, that was crazy. Oh, and that was the time that I kept falling too. I kept
Really?
falling. Yeah, I kept falling. So I actually thought I knew how to ski. And so Steve was with me. I thought I was doing good on skiing, and then all of a sudden I fall, and the ski instructor yells from across the way, and she's like, "You need to go take lessons. You're going to kill somebody or yourself." But after that,
That's
she got to
awesome.
my head, and I couldn't ski 3 foot without falling over. And then for probably like 2 or 3 hours, I just kept falling. And Steve is the coolest guy because he stayed right there with me, and he's like, "Dude, you got it. And then finally, I fell down this last time, and I got up and I yelled at the mountain, "F you!" I know how to ski. And then after that, I could ski.
He conquered that mountain, didn't he?
I conquered that mountain,
Right.
and that lady. Oh man, if I ever saw her, I would have punched her.
She cursed you.
Interesting.
For 2 hours of
Interesting.
that ski trip, man. That was so.
Yeah.
It was irritating.
You don't say. You don't say.
Yeah. And I remember it's actually on our video that time that you decided you were going to after we attempted to play tennis for a couple hours. You're like, "Hey, let's just jump over it. Let's just jump over the
Oh
net.
yeah,
Let's
the fall.
try to get this ball over the net."
I busted hard, man. That hurt. My wrist hurt for so long after that fall.
I think you
We were
broke it.
jumping over the net, and back in the day, I had
Wow.
a vertical. But then they're like, one of the guys, Jason, said, "Hey Joe, why don't you fall? It'll be good video." And I was like, "Okay."
Sounded like a good idea at the time.
Oh man, it hurt. And you hear on the video here, bam, and then you hear these guys clap.
Break.
Ow, Joe.
Yeah, I think you hear it break for sure.
Right. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it was crazy. Man,
What did the wrist say to the pavement? Crack.
right.
Yeah.
So many good memories, Steve. Thanks, man. I appreciate you coming on. It's always
Hey,
a
man.
lady.
Happy birthday, Joe, man.
All right.
And we don't get to see each other as much as I'd like to, man. But you're still one of my brothers, so
I
happy
appreciate it.
birthday, man, and hope you enjoy your day, man.
Yeah,
Glad
next
I got
time
to
you're in
talk to
Lubbock,
you,
let me
brother.
know. Let me know.
Definitely.
All right,
Sounds
we'll
good,
talk to you
brother.
later, Steve. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Have a good night,
Thanks, Steve. Have a good night.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. Dude, can y'all see the permanent smile on my face right now? This has been like the coolest kind of birthday celebration ever. I really appreciate
It's
this.
better than you imagine.
Good. I'm
It's better
glad.
than I imagine.
Quarantine birthday party. This would be it.
Right. Yeah.
Every birthday party should be like this, huh?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Surprise guests, cool shirts, and stuff like that. So, yeah. Lots of memories. Those are awesome. Those
So
are great guests, too.
I know our time's running short, but I definitely want to get through my story real quick, or a couple of my memories and thoughts of Ejo. So
Okay.
we might have a slight extended episode. So as I was saying with Joe, one of the things that he majorly ticked me off on was after I graduated high school, the guys thought it'd be a good idea to go skiing.
He was
I've never skied before. I even tried to get out of the skiing because I had a bad feeling about it. And they even showed up at my house and woke me up. And I was like, oh, God, I'm not going to do this. I don't think. They're like, no, come on. It'll be fun. It'll be great. And so I finally decided to get out of bed, start getting stuff packed up. We're on the road. We're headed to Ruidoso. We're going to Ruidoso. Sandy, you were with us on that trip, I think, right? Because
I wasn't with you guys on that one.
Oh no, it was what's your brother's name?
Tony.
It was Tony. That's right.
We look alike.
No.
That's what you probably thought.
No. But the family was, I was thinking. So Tony was there, and so were a bunch of other people I can't recall. But I know it was Joe and Henry was there. So was Beatrice, Chris, you, me, JD.
And Barbara? Wasn't it Barbara? And
yes, it was Barbara and Mark. Anyway, so there was a whole. We got a cabin, and it was pretty fun. The cabin was cool. We had big breakfasts, and we were chopping wood in the back, and all this kind of stuff. And it was fantastic. And so
we were real lumberjacks back then.
Something like that, yeah. So anyway, we get to the mountain, and I've never skied. I'm a little scared about it. But then we start doing these. The
bunny slopes.
What are they called? The little ones.
The bunny slopes.
Bunny slopes. Yeah, we start doing bunny slopes. And I'm like, okay, this is kind of fun. I don't mind doing this over and over again. It's okay. And they go, hey, come on, we're gonna go up here and go do this other slope. And I was like, I don't know about that. And they're like, it'll be fine. And so we get on the what are the things, Joe?
The
ride you up.
Yeah, crap. I can't even.
The gondola.
Not the gondola, not the fancy one, but just the regular.
Whatever the thing that takes you up to the mountains is. And I'm like,
the ski lift.
The chairlifts.
The lift.
Yeah, the lift.
Yes. So we're on there, and
we've
been on there for a while, and I'm kind of like, where are we going, guys? I don't get it. What's happening? And so they're like, oh, it's fine. We're going on this black, and it'll be okay. I don't know the difference between black, blue, whatever else on these mountains. And so we're getting up there, and then I realized that we are really, really, really high at the top of this mountain. Like I can look back, and I am like. We were down there, and it's like itty bitty like that. And so, yeah. Anyway, I go through this black, hitting poles, trees, kids, parents. I took out a kid, literally. Like,
did you really?
The kid flew, and I couldn't control. I was like, move or whatever, get out of the way. And so the kid, I ended
up pizza.
Oh, no, I slam that kid. But the funny part is when I slammed into the kid and roll, like I'm like dazed, and I kind of get up, and she I think she kind of gets up too, and she runs, she goes, Mister, you okay?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he did the plowing. He plowed through.
Oh gosh, it was bad. So then I went to we're getting close to the end, and we're going down. I didn't know this at the time, but I'm at the last of the slope. Well, there's a section where one side of the slope is you can go. Well, I biffed somehow so hard. I remember flying in the air, but when I woke up or came to, like I had a ski over here, I had a handle over there, and another ski further away, and I was just like, so I remember I tried to get up to go get it, and when I get up, my foot falls into the snow, and I was like, what? And so every step I take to try to get to the skis, I'm getting further and further into the snow until I'm about like this high in the snow. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It was scary. And I'm getting the skis, and I'm just kind of like a log in water, getting myself up. And I remember I get out of there, and I'm like, I'm going to kill these guys. I'm going to kill them. I'm going to kill Joe. JD, freaking Joe, I swear. And so I don't remember. The next thing I remember was getting down the slope, walking towards the car. JD and them, I don't know if they're just taking off their snow gear, but I'm walking by. I throw my skis down, and they're like, I don't remember what y'all were even trying to say. I was just like, whatever the freak. Just don't talk to me. I'm done. I was hot. I got in the car, and I was just like, I was so angry with you, Joe. I was so pissed off with you, dude. I could not handle you.
Well, so you're definitely not the first person that I pissed off.
That's what I was trying to say. Okay, he's done that to every single one of us that are first timers.
It's because it happened.
It was done to him. I'm tired of hearing that excuse in my head.
So I go up. Let me follow Joe. I mean, he would never
Right. Never
lead me
would he?
astray. So
Yeah.
I come up after 2 rounds on the bunny slopes. I'm like, hey, I got this pizza. Sure, I got it. Listen. And then I'm coming down and I'm like, I feel like I'm going so fast, my face is flapping. And I fall, jam the pole in my thumb. I mean, and my thumb is like instantly bruised.
Oh,
And I'm like, I'm out of here.
Oh my God.
And so I end up at the bar and I blame Joe for my problem to this day. And that's why I drink. No. I have other reasons. But yeah, he did the same thing to me. He's like, yeah, it was like Dead Man's Bluff or something. I don't know. Something ridiculous.
Exactly what it was, Sandy. Exactly.
And it was like Sonny Bono died here. It didn't mean anything to me at the time.
There's a green that we can go all the way down the mountain, and so yeah. But that's how I learned.
I pray for your kids. I hope you never take the kids
learn.
skiing. I hope you've never taken them skiing.
We went. When was the last time we went skiing? Last year?
Yes, but we didn't try skiing. We went snowboarding.
We went snowboarding
yeah, and
last year.
terrible. That was terrible.
All right.
I only took out a couple of people
Right.
on the bunny slopes, a couple of children. It was
Yeah.
fun.
I was only wet half the day.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah, really.
I've never been skiing since then, and I never will, ever. All right, so I want to leave off with just this one thought, this one thing, Joe.
Mhm.
So one of the things that I really, one of the joys in my life that I had when I was younger was because of Joe. And so I remember one night when Joe got to.
Oh.
Aww.
So one night, JD, Joe, and I are at Caboose, and I want to say it was maybe New Year's Eve or something like that, Joe, right? It was around Christmas or New Year's time. And Joe had told JD and I, he said, I don't remember exactly how he said it, but basically he's telling us, he's like, yeah, so you guys are going to be uncles. And I was like, what? He's like, you guys are going to be uncles. And I was like, you're freaking kidding me. I was like, get out of here. Are you serious? And so, so that night, Joe had told us that Chris was pregnant and that they were going to have a baby. And, you know, there's pictures of her in the background, but that's Balana when she was a little bitty baby.
Mhm.
And Joe had asked me to be her godfather. And I remember just going over their house all the time and hanging out with that little girl, and I'd pick her up and we'd go walking around, and you know, every time anywhere we could go, I was like, oh, I want to come along too. And I think it was her first or her second birthday cake, right, Joe? I got to make her first or her second birthday cake.
Probably her second, because
Okay,
the first one's always kind of
messy.
yeah.
But I remember it was the volcano. I mean, this giant volcano, and there were little gummy bears on the grass everywhere. And we were doing the piñata in the background. Tony was holding the piñata, making sure he could get it low. She might have been older than 2 then, if we were doing piñatas for her, right?
Right.
And so yeah, but
We usually start at birth with piñatas. So no.
She's only half, so
but I think, you know, I appreciated that so much. I appreciated Joe just really bringing Balana into my life back then, because that also paved the way later on for Balana to let me just show you here.
look at that.
Aww.
So
Look how
at my
cool
wedding,
we were.
I know, right? So for our viewers, this is Balana. How old was she there? About right there, Joe? 6?
No, I don't think she was 6.
Yeah, she was younger.
4 or 5.
4 or 5.
Yeah.
So that's Balana when she was 4 or 5, and she was one of my flower girls. And then JD, who was on earlier, JD's niece, Brianna, this is her, and so she was our other flower girl. So I was really happy that we were able to include both the girls. I was happy that you were able to bring Balana in, and that they threw the petals down at my wedding. And so, you know.
Yeah. Balana was pretty experienced. I think that was her second wedding as a flower.
Ooh, I'm glad we were able to get her in then for ours. But yeah, so I appreciate your friendship, man. Because of you, I was able to get to hang out with your family and get to know them. And even today, I wasn't there when Jet was born, but still get to talk to him and hang out over the phone and talk Halo.
And gaming, oh yeah, he's all into it. So
Yeah. So, oh look, so Brianna's still on the.
oh
There,
yeah,
yeah, there she is. So that's
Oh, Brianna.
that's you, Brianna. Look at that. You know, you really
Brianna
came
does
out of
not
your
change. She
shell.
still has the same face.
yeah.
She's so beautiful though. Look at
Of
that.
course.
Yeah. So anyway, happy birthday, Joe. I hope
Thank
you
you,
enjoyed
Joe.
it. I know we were a few minutes over, and but we wanted to encourage you. Please give a proper shout out to your wife because she was the one that kind of spurred all this on, and I just helped out with the technology, and we just
Thanks, Mama.
yeah.
She's down here. She didn't want to be on.
I was gonna say why.
I keep looking down because she keeps talking.
It's like why are you talking to her down there?
On the floor instead of. She wants to make sure she's not seen.
So I also want to make sure we give a shout out to Julia. She has this long story that I'm not going to leave up there, but
And that's
it's there.
Alex typing on her that
Oh.
was a Joe story.
Oh, okay, Joe. So make sure you read the comment afterwards. That's from Alex, okay? And thanks for everyone for hanging out with us tonight. I know, like I said, a little over, but we wanted to make sure Joe was just encouraged. And thank you all for hanging out and encouraging him. So leave a happy birthday in the comments for him, or
Yeah.
call him up and text him and just see what he's doing. Okay, he
And
gets encouraged by this.
before we leave, I want to say thanks, Joe, for so many moons ago letting me move in with you guys, sleeping on your couch, and taking me to work so I wouldn't have to take that ugly, hideous car that I drove. And thanks for putting up with me all these years.
Oh, not a problem. Not a problem. There's many more years to come up.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Much love, Sandy. Love you guys. I appreciate it.
Love you guys.
All right. So as we sign off, as usual,
Remember, wash your hands.
for 20 seconds.
Yeah, filthy animals.
Have a good night.
Bye. Happy birthday.
Joe.
I'm looking at all the cards.